Flat British subscriber channel, Lee speaking. I'm back. I thought I'd better do another vlog to sort of like give you an update. If you're new to this channel and you don't know my other channel that's currently banned, it should be coming back this month, should be cool. Then this is going to be like complete gobbledygook to you watching it. If you're not part of Flat Earth British, then you're not going to know what the hell I'm going on about, so go watch something else. So yeah, so I've got a loving wife now since Sunday, and I just you know, I don't know what to make of it all. So I was explaining in my last VanaVlog about, you know, what was happening to me like a couple of weeks ago when I kind of like going through that kind of like panic attack thing or whatever, and I was saying it was like I was just cut through, and for some reason it was like my left side, and I think I know what it was. So anyway, yesterday, was it yesterday? Was it yesterday? Bearing in mind what I was talking about in the last vlog about, you know, shifting dimensions. Yesterday my wife come home. She looked 10 years older. I mean, she's 10 years older than me anyway, or 9, but nearly 10, might as well say 10. Anyway, and for all the time I've been with her, I look 10 years older than her. She came home yesterday from work, and she looked 10 years older, and I'm like, what the fuck? You know, she was looking at me like nothing, like everything's normal, and I, you know, for a moment I was like, can I say anything? No, I can't say anything. I can't say anything. It's just so weird, man. And then she went up to go and have a shower, and so I'm kind of like sitting there thinking like, I knew I've been through some kind of like dimensional shift or something. So I'm like thinking back over the last couple of weeks in the last VanaVlog that I did trying to explain stuff, and I'm like, and I remembered, like, you know, it was like that side was like cut off, and I'm like, oh fuck, I had a fucking heart attack and I died, didn't I? That's what fucking happened. And I remember the exact place, because I'd arrived at the site and my supervisor was there and I had to work for him for a bit, but there came a point and he went off to go and do something else and left me to go and do some other stuff. And I was kind of like standing there, and then, you know, it just kind of like hit me, everything, like sheer terror, panic, whatever. I just got no words for it. And then it was like, I remember just standing there and just having that sensation, for want of a better word. And I thought, no, I can't do this. If I allow this to continue, you know, I'm going to create some kind of neural pathway in my brain, and it will be there forever, and I'll just be constantly fucking panicking for nothing. But I don't think that's what happened. I think it was then I fucking dropped dead. I think it was a heart attack, because you get it on the fucking left, don't you? You know, on last Saturday, no, Friday night, the wife left me in no uncertain terms. It was completely fucking over. And not drinking for 2 weeks, or not drinking at all, wasn't going to make any fucking difference to it. And so Saturday, I worked overtime Saturday. I just fucking wanted to get out of the house, really. That's why I sort of volunteered. Said yeah. And I spent all day working with somebody who, since Christmas, has been like in the same situation, but he's actually moved out, and I was asking him questions about like, how long does it take to get used to being on your own? He said, oh, you know, it takes a few months. You know, and I sort of like, how much do you pay? And, you know, have you got like a double room, or have you got 1-bedroom flat? And there's all these questions all fucking day, just talking about it and everything. And then I got home just after midday, and she's all dressed up, like, you know, and I'm like, oh, you're all dressed up. Did you go out somewhere? Are you going somewhere? She went, no. I just thought it'd be nice if I dress up nice for you when you come home, so I look nice for you. I went, what? Well, what does that mean? What does that mean? And then she's just kind of like laughed and said like nothing. And well, I mean, I was just completely knackered. But like, she slept in the same bed as me on Saturday night, and the same on Sunday night. And then like from Sunday night, I could tell that everything was back on. And now she's all like lovey-dovey and stuff. It's like a completely different person, you know? So I'm totally fucking freaked out at the moment. I don't know if I'm fucking coming or going, in the sense of, you know, is this like part 2 of a show? You know, did I have my fucking intermission time and everything's like back on, but then why is everything fucking different? Why is everything different? And I can't tell you just how fucking bizarre it is that my wife looks 10 years older. And she's lost all the weight. She's lost a lot of weight as well, you know? It just... So I'm kind of like thinking, you know, like that other dimension. You know, that day and that morning, you know, I said to her, you know, okay, I need to know it's absolutely definitely over, because I need to reconfigure my mind and my heart to like cut you out, because I'm compromised, because I still love you, but I need to get rid of that to go full steam ahead, to sort of like organise everything to get us separated and our own places, you know. That was the last conversation I had with her before I went to go and do that job with the supervisor, in which I clearly fucking had a heart attack and fucking died. So, you know, in that dimension, I mean, they're so fucking horribly fucking sad and miserable. But would she be upset? I don't know. Would she be, you know, in that other dimension? The wife that looks 10 years younger, you know, I'm dead. You know? I had a fucking heart attack at RNLI in fucking Portsmouth, or wherever it was I was. You know? Big place. You know, and I so wanted to tell her last night, you know, and I'm thinking about it this morning, and I still want to tell her. I mean, I thought to ask her this morning to say, like, can I just double check, you know, like, you know, a week, 2 weeks ago, you know, the marriage was completely over and everything. That all did actually happen, right? Because the last 2 days, it's completely different. It's like when we got first married, kind of thing. She's that person. but like 10 years older. But I want to tell her, I'd just say like, you know, I'm not really sure that I'm your husband. I think I've flipped over to a new dimension. In the old dimension, you look 10 years younger, and everything is completely over. And there was no way of anything going back. I couldn't convince you any otherwise, and it wouldn't be my nature to try and convince you against your will anyway, you know. But I just thought, well, maybe I shouldn't fucking say nothing. Maybe I should say nothing, you know. Fucking hell. You know, all of the fucking research over the years, you know. And inevitably, I guess it was all going to come to this, you know, the sort of like having to sort of like face the reality of life isn't what it appears to be, and along with that, all of the explanations of it given to all mankind. But the actual truth, at some point, inevitably, is going to arrive, and you know, interdimensionalism seems to be part of it, and now it's become a part of the experience in the mirage. I was watching over the weekend. I got up early before the wife did, so I went on the internet, and I don't know why, I went to Wood Nichols' site to see how he's faring. And he'd put on a video, I can't remember what it was called, it was about 3 or 4 videos before the latest one, and it was somebody else, some kind of like guy talking about sight and the brain, and that no physical light actually goes into the brain through your eyes. It gets to a point, and then apparently it's changed into an electric signal, which then goes into your brain and then convinces the brain to form an image in some way. But of course there's actually no explanation in real detail about it in any way at all. You know, it's just a theory with lots of holes in it, and like animation. But you know, I do see the point that what your eyes physically see is not what your mind does with it. What your mind does with what your eyes see is something different. I didn't really give it much thought. I thought, well, that's pretty basic, simple, undeniable. I can just leave it there. People aren't stupid at the end of the day. Not completely stupid. So yeah, I fucking died, man. I fucking died. No wonder I felt so different. You know, I was talking to you in my last vlog, you know, about the following days. I listened to music on the radio, and it was like it was new, even though I remembered the songs, but it was like I was listening with new ears. I bought a bottle on Friday of wine because I had a conversation with the wife, because I had a really bad day Friday, really labour intensive. I was absolutely fucking shattered. I thought, oh, I really do with a fucking bottle of wine. And then when the wife got home, I just said, look, I just want to fucking understand why I'm not drinking, because I could have sworn that you said when I'd stopped drinking that you was happy for me, but that was it. But as far as you're still concerned, you're going to go. She went, yeah. So I said, well, I might as well fucking drink then, because like, if that's all my only benefit, that I'm going to have better health, I don't give a fuck about me. So I might as well go and get a drink. And she said, well, yeah, that's your choice. So I went out, got a bottle of wine, and I had nearly half. I went to bed. I don't know, everything's kind of like getting jumbled and phasing in and out now. But the next day, she was alright with me or something. And then I just finished the other half. Like on Saturday, during the day. And I haven't drunk any more since, and it's Tuesday. Although, you know, I mean, yesterday I wanted to get some wine again, but I'm just not the fucking same person. Fuck me, man. I don't know what the fucking hell's going on at the moment. I don't know what to do with the wife now. Of course, I know the whole thing about belief and faith. What it does to a person. It can kill you. It can make you shrivel up like you're dehydrated, which people call aging. But it's all faith and belief. And I don't think I can approach, I can't talk to her like that. I can't talk to her about reality, fake reality. This is going to be a sporadic vlog, by the way. It's just going to be, you know, when I get 10-15 minutes, I'll just like carry on doing a vlog. So there'll be lots of files I'm going to have to compile when I get home. Oh yeah. Last couple of days, don't know why. If you remember, a couple of years ago, Martin Leaker doing a vlog. Beaver build F dams. Just type that into YouTube, his vlog should come up. Beavers build F dams. And to be honest, I can't fucking remember what it was all about, apart from dams and beavers, something like that. I think something to do with like earthquakes and stuff. Anyway, I got a picture in my head a couple of days ago. The common, you know, flat earth model picture, sun and the moon going around, and then the Antarctic wall going around the outside of the dome. And you know, that was in my head to begin with. And then and you know, when I say like ice wall, I mean, I think to say that ice shelf would be better. Then I thought about canals, how canals work, you know, they're like level, and then you come along and then they drop the level. No, they drop the level. What? No, a canal is all at different levels like that, compartmentalised all along the way. I mean, you know anyway, do I really have to explain? But like, if you want to like navigate through a canal, you've got to get those water levels level, and so you have like different gates and stuff like that. So the Antarctic wall is a level, and the Antarctic Sea is another level. So what went through me brain was that outside of the Antarctic shelf on the flat plane, P-L-A-I-N, not E, not P-L-A-N-E, the sea there is the same level as the Antarctic wall. And the Antarctic wall came to be when the second sun fizzled out, or whatever happened to it, which is now the moon. And it was at that point that the seas around turned to ice, the Antarctic wall. So that's why it's there. Before that, when there were two suns, it would have gone a lot further out. So when you look up that 1,000-year-old Chinese map, which you can search on Google, you'll see the other lands that were available to us when we had two suns. So, of course, world government know all of this and keep it a secret. And the thing is over the last couple of 100 years, we've generated heat. We're generating a lot more heat through the cities, industry, fucking volcanoes, you fucking name it. And so the Antarctic shelf is starting to melt. And what that means is at some point, all of the sea, if there's sea, or maybe not, maybe it's just all ice at this point, can't say obviously, for sure. You know, two things can happen. All of that ice that is held in place is going to want to come in and fill up the hole, because we're currently in a hole in ice. So that's going to happen, and of course all of the debris on the Antarctic, underneath the ice, Antarctica, all of the debris, rocks, sediment, you name it, is all going to come flooding in like a mud flood. So when we had three suns, right, which we know about, that first extinguishing of the third sun, that probably would have caused a mud flood. Now, whether the second sun, it happened to that as well, which is now our moon, whether that happened at the same time in some way, you know, because like if you had three suns, one, because apart from people saying about Nibiru, which doesn't seem to be proven as yet, you know, did that explode? And being in close proximity to the second sun, which is now our moon, that got impacted, which would explain what we call craters on the moon. Would that explain the disfigurement of the moon? You know, was it that? And so you had the mud flood from the third sun, and then the freezing because of the second sun, just, and then all you had is the sun that we've got left now, which, however it works, and it's kept the heat in our hole in the ice. They're like Eskimos go fucking fishing, you know, they fucking like create a fucking round hole and then put the whatever in to get the fish, like that, you know. So the whole fucking thing about global warming and blah 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 blah, the government, world government, they don't fucking know. You know, all the top religions, they fucking know, because they're all fucking together. They all fucking know. They got all the books. It's all fucking hidden and blah 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 blah. So they know. They know. That's why they want to cool everything down, because they know as soon as that Antarctic shelf, you know. But I don't know if, you know, when Martin did that vlog, Beavers Buildeth Dams, I don't know. I'm not going to see if I can get in or not. My job. Yeah. Well, I can't get in the job. There's nobody there. Oh yeah, oh bollocks. Fuck it. Fuck's sake. Yeah, so I just want to, like, submit. Unless fucking Martin already said it. But then does it not count? I'm in a different fucking dimension now. I just don't know how this fucking place works. But, he must have said it. I mean, why would he do a whole... It was like a fucking flatter day. In fact, I think he did a couple of them on the subject, you know, about 3 years ago. I'm sure it was pre-fake pandemic. You know? Since I stopped drinking alcohol, yeah, so unless Martin's already said it, if he has, then I would like to resubmit what I've just said as a consideration to FEB. So yeah, no, I don't know what to do about the wife now, because like, I'm really concerned, you know. I mean, she's lost so much weight, and it's like, I mean, for me, that's like 2 weeks. I must have lost about 3 or 4 stone, and I'm like, you've got to be fucking seriously ill or something for you to lose that much weight. But then the thing is, it's my concept of time going from one dimension to another. It's not applicable, is it? And plus time doesn't exist anyway. But anyway, I don't know what to do. Try and get her to like go to a gym and stuff like that. I know, like, you know, as you get older, it's better to be very active, otherwise you decline faster, so they say. So I mean, that's been going through my head, you know. I'm trying to get her to eat. Fucking, what the fuck? But this is always going to happen, guys. As bizarre as it all is. And I've said for years, I said, you know, everything that's going to change. And And as I've been saying it over the years, I knew that it's real, and it's something that would save our sanity when things start going fucking pear-shaped. You know, as I said, over the last few years, I've lost all of my points of reference as to what is reality, and, you know, because everything we've been told is a fucking lie, and we've found out all the fucking lies. And then you're like, well, what's left? You know, when you've been told that life is like this, and you've never known nothing else, and you find out it's a load of bollocks. What's left in life, exactly? And, you know, that was the problem faced. But over the years, you kind of have to accept it, but then, you know, just like carry on in ignorance, but not deceived. And that's kind of like all I've got to go on at the moment, you know. No kind of like stability. You know, and in the other reality, dimension, whatever, you know, Martin was just carrying on as normal. You know, there wasn't like any plans to do like a tour. You know, it wasn't there. And everything just seemed to all happen at the same time. You know, now, since it all kind of started, now, like, Martin's going on a tour around Britain. It's like kicking off. Okay, I've got to stop now. I've got to go and drive to Croydon. Yeah, so I'm back. Yeah, so, you know, I was just wondering, you know, has anyone else had this experience? Is it just me? It'd be nice if someone else had been through this, then I could ask. Somehow I get the feeling this hasn't happened to anybody else. I mean, you know, a current theme all through, you know, me doing VanaVlogs, is that new you know, our research, the end goal, or at least for me anyway, is to end death. And, you know, me and Martin discussed lots of different things that already exist. Buddhism, mysticism, science, religion. I don't know why that just cut off. So it seems to be like the new platform. So you guys have to understand that I'm not the same Fabs from 2 weeks ago or something like that. I mean, I couldn't tell you if I need to make like terms, make some terms here to explain it. Something simple. Keep it simple. A and B. So 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 now, was Feb's A, and now it's Feb's B. I'm Feb's B. What I can't work out is if I'm Feb's A in Feb's B, and if Feb's B shifted to Feb's A and had a heart attack and died. But the whole experience at the time I guess if he was to die, the experience of death, because I was completely lost for words if I had to explain that experience. That makes sense. To experience death. That would explain it, actually. It would explain it very well. Anyway, so I don't even feel like the same person. I don't know, it's because it's a different body, a replica, but not the same. I don't know. But what I can know is how to interpret this new place. And one of my first thoughts I was thinking about like the Houses of Parliament and how it looks, and then I thought of St Paul's Cathedral, then I thought of red brick buildings, which Martin calls Tartarian buildings. And the thing about castles, you know, things of different, supposedly ancient building types. And what you visually get is kind of like sporadic dottings of these buildings completely across the plane, across the world. And if they were really, you know, different segments of time, you know, like the Tartaria, and everything was red brick. And then there was another time when you had buildings like St Paul's Cathedral and the like. And that was just one time. And then you've got like castles or starforts, you know, but they're all over the place. They're all geographically mixed together. And if you're talking about a kind of like a world culture in any given time period, then any of those building types would make up the majority all over. But yet visually that's not what we see. We see bits and all together, and even sometimes joined together. In this B world that I'm now in, and the experience I've undergone, it's quite clear what I'm looking at. It's a fractal existence where I don't believe in time, but you know, different time periods have converged at different places across the plane in world B, and it was the same in world A, except the obvious truth wasn't clear to me then. You know, gauging by my wife, that's like aged 10 years. This place seems to be more truthful in its density of an illusion. It seems to be more some kind of realistic in a way. Whereas world A, the rules could be bent. The rules were bent. You know, things that shouldn't be were, and things like Flat Earth British coming into existence, that should never have happened, as far as I could see. And as I said in my last VanaVlog, the transition with Martin Leakoff from his very first vlog to like 2-3 years later, that's not possible. Nobody changes like that. Not at his age. I mean, I can understand a child or adolescent changing considerably, but I think, you know, Martin, when he started off, was probably in his early 30s or something like that. It's hard to judge. He doesn't seem to age. Shit. And it's weird, you know, I have all of the memories. I have all of the memories of the last 5 years with Martin. Yeah, it's like 3-4 years. I still have all of the memories and all of the information, but it doesn't seem real like 3 weeks ago. I know it was real in a sense that I was Flat Earth British, so, and now I'm kind of, obviously, I don't feel quite the same. I feel like somebody else. Yeah. And I don't think I can go back to World A, especially if I'm dead. I mean, I think it's an accomplishment. I mean, for the moment, I'm just guessing that this has never happened to anybody before. There's just so many things going through my mind right now. I mean, you know, when you look at star faults and you look at Tartarian buildings, you know they're not from the same place, the same people, the same culture, the same, you know, you just know. Or, you know, say like St Paul's Cathedral and the Houses of Parliament in Britain. I mean, there is just no, I mean, today when you walk the streets, town, or cities, I mean, you know, you can tell it's a complete mishmash. You know, some of the buildings like star forts, you can see that they were built to last. So, you know, why aren't there more of them? And the same with like St Paul's Cathedral. Why aren't there more of them? Why are they just dotted all over the place? It's just blatantly obvious. You know, any explanation is just gonna fall down straight away. You're gonna try and say, like, oh well, you know, science, knowledge, it just kind of got lost, and building skills kind of got lost, and over thousands of years, all of the information written on books was lost. And nobody thought to just verbally pass on knowledge. And, you know, 200 years ago, schools didn't exist. So, you know, everything would have been word of mouth if you believe that we are here for thousands of years. It just doesn't make any sense at all. It's bollocks. There's just no ever, it's bollocks. Total bollocks. You know, just another thing to mention. Like, I had a terrible time growing up. I suppose neurotic. Why does it sound like erotic? Neurosis. I had a neurotic mother. Completely fucking mental. Completely. And, you know, up to the age of 14, I just lived in terror. You know, if I went out to school and I was coming home, oh no, I've got a phone call. Sorry about that. It's difficult doing a VanaVlog on my work phone, but the other two phones, they're just crap. Yeah, I was just going to say, I don't know what Feb's B was like up to, you know, 2-3 weeks ago, but he's gone, I think. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know. But I can't imagine that I'm going to be the same at all. The things I'm going to come out with is from a completely different perspective, obviously, which might seem a bit weird because I'm guessing that, you know, Feb's B, you know, wasn't partial to or had any knowledge of what I was, Feb's A, getting up to in another fucking dimension. And yeah, gauging by the look of my wife, you know, this like mirage life thing, it's a different fucking stage, mate. You know, the curtains have come down and reopened for fucking Act 2, Act B or something. I don't like the word act. It's like disingenuous, but I'm not. I'm completely fucking honest with you guys. I mean, I sound like a complete fucking nutter right now. I mean, especially if you don't know anything about Flat Earth British and the years of fucking painstaking fucking research. You know, I just sound like a complete fucking fruitcake. You know, I acknowledge that, you know. If I thought I was fucking like normal, you know, I probably wouldn't be doing what am I saying? I don't know what I'm saying now. Fucking hell. Yeah, anyway, so I think I'm going to be a bit different from now onwards. It's like Feb's A, it's like I'm a fucking ghost. I mean that's one of my first thoughts. I'm like, was it this morning or yesterday when I was thinking like, hold the fuck up. Did I fucking die? You know, I was thinking about that, you know, and then my first thought was, am I a ghost? Am I actually a ghost right now? You know? That was my first thought. And then, of course, everything that I know on Flat Earth British and with research and everything, I'm like, well, no, you know, it's fucking fractals. You know? It's just a fucking change of program or something like in the Matrix. It's just, you know. I said as much in ignorance in my last vlog, VanaVlog, you know. So, I don't know exactly, but I mean, you know, but that's just been my process. But anyway, you know, I'm just being completely fucking honest with you. I've got an open mind. I'm kind of like, I have to be open-minded. But I do kind of feel a little bit like a ghost. Or like I've been, or maybe like, you know, I'm Feb's B, and Feb's A's ghost has like possessed me. But the only kind of influence is kind of like historical knowledge. I just don't know anything about this kind of stuff, you know. I mean, if you don't know the channel, Niven, N-I-V-E-N, this guy is all about fractals and stuff. I've been watching him for years. Oh, by the way, since I lost my main channel, which should be back this month, I've only watched John Levi videos, Martin Leaker's videos, and that's it. That's it. You know, when I get my channel back, because when your channel gets banned, you can't actually go in to your YouTube page, and you can't see your subscribers, who you subscribe to, nothing at all, nothing at all. You can only access YouTube as a guest. It's like that. It won't let you log in at all. So, you know, once that's back, then I'll catch up, I suppose. Yeah, sorry, so gauging by the appearance of my wife, I think probably everybody else that's a person is different as well. It's like a fucking Star Trek episode, original series. Sorry to lower the tone of the conversation now, but you know, from a God perspective, from Christianity perspective, maybe Judaism, maybe Catholicism, you know, I could be going through the day of judgment, and apparently, because I was a Christian, I only get judged when I'm dead for all the good stuff that Jesus has done through me, and not for anything I've ever done for Jesus, because everything that I ever do is a complete abomination according to the Bible. So I could be sort of like going through my life obviously viewing the bad stuff as well as the good, but in that scenario, but like God is only listing down the things that he's done through me, through my life. But of course, you know, you can die at any time, can't you? Anybody can just die, have a fucking heart attack. You don't know how your body works. And so, you know, on the day of judgment, one could say to God, well, for fuck's sake, I died when I was 20. You know, I died when I was 20 years old. You fucking killed me off, bastard. And then he'll say, well, you know, you can say like, well, you know, at the age of 21, you know, I could have become a Christian. I could have done this, I could have done that, but you didn't give me you fucking killed me off at 20. So it's like, well, don't worry. Don't worry. I'm gonna, you do die, right, but then I'm gonna fucking reinvent you, and then you can carry on for 10 years, and then I'll fucking kill you at 30. Let's see if you become a fucking Christian or whatever. So, you know, that's a consideration that went through my mind. I'm like, okay, so I got to 52, and then I was under such fucking emotional, mental, spiritual, whatever, fucking trauma. I had a fucking heart attack and died in fucking Plymouth. You know? And then it's like, no, reinserted to carry on to the age of 40, kill me off, 50, 60, kill me off, 70, kill me off, bring me back, you know? It's just another consideration that I won't hide from you, I won't lie to you, conceal anything from you, unless it's really bad. But, I mean, you know, I've now got a wife that loves me, that looks 10 years older and half the size. It's a bit fucking weird. The job's absolutely fine. No complaints. I'm not completely enslaved to alcohol anymore. Oh yeah, I was trying to say earlier, wasn't I? But I got distracted. Yeah, like when I was growing up, I had like terrible mother, terrible. And I just lived in terror. I was terrorised to go home when she was home, and I was terrorised when I was at home when she was coming home. It was just a horrible feeling all the time, all of my life up till 14. Horrible, horrible. No love, no affection, just screaming, shouting, beating. And then once I left home, no, I did lots. Oh, anyway, forget that. So, you know, I kind of had that. And from 14 to 52 years old, it kind of, and I just didn't keep contact with her at all, because why would I? You know, they kind of all dissipated. But then with the wife thing, after 21 years, and she fucking pulls that fucking card, does that to me. And then I had that fucking, like, moment, that first one, the big one, when I felt like I was being cut in half. You know, after that happened, the whole kind of like default foundation setting of my character, of being in fear and terror, which was under my control, was gone. It went with what happened. Which also makes me kind of more inclined to think like, oh, perhaps I fucking died. Because it went along with it. I mean, in a way, I hope that some of you guys have been through the same thing. And maybe you've been like living in a new dimension for a few years and you can give me some heads up and stuff like that. But then, you know, at the same time, maybe I don't want to know. You know, I've always been genuine with you guys in everything that I see and perceive, and, you know, I listen to you and what you say in your comments, and, you know, some of you that vlog, I listen to what you say and how you view things, and, you know, just like 100% with you all. You know, nothing's changed. I've lost the plot again. Fuck. Oh yeah, this new job. So they brought me in to replace somebody, and they got sacked yesterday. So I've got the job, you know, even though my probation's not finished. I'm going to do some work. Yeah, I thought I was going to do some work, but nothing's come up yet. I had a phone call about half an hour ago on my work calendar. It said like schools, not what schools, not where, not what, nothing, just schools. And so I spoke to, when they got in at the office, I phoned them up and said, what am I doing? So they said they're going to send me some other work to do. I just checked, nothing there on my phone, my calendar. So I guess I'm still here. Right. So, without further ado, I guess it's time to start interpreting everything, the lie of life. from a new perspective. So I don't know what to do about the wife. It means she's going to sort of like go for this whole, you know, I'm getting old, I'm going to die kind of thing, faith and belief, trust, and just go along with it, just fucking commit suicide. Suicide by lies and deceit. That's how everybody dies. That's how it works. Suicide. Who ever thought that faith and belief could kill you? It's the power of the mind. I don't appear to look any different. According to the black mirror and the mercury mirrors at home, I look the same on this stage, you know. I mean, you know, why couldn't this new, you know, Lee be, Febs be? Like, why couldn't I be 10 years younger? You know. Yeah, so like in the past, you know, mud flood, well, I've said lots of things, you know, but I'm just thinking this ice shelf, Antarctica shelf, we've had 3 suns, now we've just got one, and one extinguished one, which we call the moon. There's no heat in the sun, you know, but it reacts with the water, programming water, creating the illusion of matter, and then matter getting warmer to do with the sun, you know, a flat earth model, what it looks like, how did it get there, you know. I mean, literally, I mean, how is it, you know, the Antarctica shelf, ice wall, whatever you want to call it, it's like that, you know? Why is it like that, you know, why isn't it like a shoreline, you know, sort of like gradiently going down, you know, why is it like, why is it like that, you know? Of one sun. You can tell that its effect only reaches a certain point, you know, and then beyond that would have perhaps have been where the moon, you know, it would have gone out further, but now it's so much closer because the moon isn't a sun anymore. But just, it's fucking simple. It's a fucking simple explanation for it. Simple. Simple. It's really simple. I mean, maybe there's something about this new place I'm in. No. This world B that I'm now in. All of the myriads of discrepancies that seem to exist in world A that I was in don't seem to be there, you know? This place seems a lot more cohesive and easier to define somehow. Is there anything different other than that I've noticed? Not yet. Not yet. I mean, I'm still coming to terms with what's happened. Coming to terms. everything looks the same. Not I've ever counted the lines on my hands, but kind of looks the same. Just going to check my calendar again. No, there's still nothing there. Still nothing there. I bought some bootleg tobacco. Normally it's £28, but this is bootleg. Well, I mean, it's just like imported from Europe somewhere. It's only £13 for 50 grams, but it's not quite the same. I seem to be smoking more. It's like there's not enough nicotine in it or something. Or maybe, you know, in this place things are different. I mean, like last night, like I cooked up a load of vegetables, you know, in the oven, like oven cooked vegetables. And I went to the butcher's and I bought some chipolatas, and they were lovely. I mean, normally chipolatas are a little bit scraggly, you know, but they were absolutely lovely. In fact, the whole meal was nice. Things just seem to be different. I mean, you know, when I had that crisis, I mean, because I'm thinking, like some of you might be thinking, like, I've given up drinking, and so, you know, now I'm having moments of clarity as a Superman. I mean, I can see that. I don't think so, but even so, you know, the experience that I had. I mean, I'd been drinking the night before as well, as I normally did. You know, it's just a normal day for Febs, you know. Get up like a zombie, kind of like sober out during the day till I get home, and then start the process all over again. It was just a normal fucking day for me. But no, I mean, you know, what happened, you know, it was that. The fact that I'm not drinking now, it may have a part to play, but it's minuscule. It's minuscule. I mean, my vision is improved, and I got the other half of my energy back, which over the last kind of like 2 weeks I've used every ounce of it, trying to get the wife back, and working hard, and everything kind of went wrong at work. Things that shouldn't have happened all happened, but you know, it's fine. I've been fine with it. But you know, I haven't actually been in a place where I could like chill out for a while and then enjoy the extra energy and stuff. But apart from that, nothing. Just seem to be smoking a lot, pissing a lot at the moment. But I just put that down to some kind of substandard tobacco, and I didn't drink very much apart from wine before. So I mean, that's another thing about Feb's A, you know. Since he attained compos mentis, which may be 3 years old, 4 years old, and then, you know, come to learn a life of terror, you know, the desire to know why that was, why, you know, like other people, other children that I was growing up with had happy homes and happy lives, and I was always why isn't it like that, you know? And I guess I kind of had that with me all my life, wanting to find out the truth of things, because I'm like, something's not fucking right, in the same way it wasn't right when I was fucking growing up. It wasn't right. I knew it wasn't right, and that began my journey, I suppose. But that's kind of gone, if you want. It's kind of gone along with him. Died. I'm kind of scratching my head wondering what's important anymore now. I don't know what's important, if anything's important. I guess death isn't anything to be worried about, seeing as that I fucking died, and yet I'm here, but elsewhere, in the mirage, which I kind of suspected something along those lines anyway, as Feb's A. I kind of, you know, thinking like, well, we're probably dead anyway, and this is all an illusion. And, you know, Mark Fat British has proved that over and over and over and over and over again. So I kind of like knew that, but to actually fucking experience it, but then Feb's A is kind of like concerned about that, you know. He's sort of like, well, we don't want this fucking death shit going on all the time. And I mean, in a way, I'm in the same fucking situation. Does it matter I'm in a different fucking dimension? I mean, the shit's different, but it's still the same fucking shit, to a degree. Need a piss. If anybody asks, I was just clearing out the back of my van. See, I'm hygienic. Save the planet. Really. Yeah, so, yeah, well, I mean, yeah, buildings. I was talking about Antiquitect buildings and stuff like that. Along the kind of thinking of like fractals. I mean, you could, I mean, if I can be in one place and then another, I guess objects can be the same. I mean, the whole thing about, you know, when you talk about cathedrals and Antiquitect buildings, where's all the Antiquitect? You know, probably still in the same place. From whence the housing of it was removed to this place, you know. So literally just put the buildings here, just anywhere, just fucking stick them anywhere, you know, but leave the Antiquitect there. I guess that's a possibility I've never mentioned before. I mean, the thing is, it's like, when we look at Antiquitect buildings today, you know, we can see like, you can like see it on top of, you know, the roofs and domes of these buildings. You know, you can see all the iron or steel, whatever it is. But they're kind of like embedded within the building. Whereas the actual like Antiquitect that was within those buildings, you know, they would have, you know, the buildings would house them. They wouldn't have been integrated into the building as such. So that would explain why the Antiquitect ,90% of the time was left on all of these different dimensional buildings that have been put here in this place. I mean, if you think about it, I can't remember which building it was, and it was John Levi that mentioned it fucking years ago. I can't remember, but let's just say it was fucking St Paul's Cathedral. And he was saying this particular building, wherever it was, similar, he said it's so huge that there isn't enough money. I'm sure it was in America. He said there isn't enough money to deconstruct the building. There's not enough money in the world. There's not enough resources. There's not the fucking machinery to dismantle these buildings and then reuse them for something else. It just doesn't, it's just not fucking possible. And that's why some of these buildings, like St Paul's Cathedral, are left there, because they just can't fucking get rid of them. Just can't do it. And so obviously in my brain I'm thinking, well, the people that constructed these buildings to house Antiquitect, however they did that, they could use the same process to remove it, which of course doesn't exist now. Here doesn't exist, so it can't be done. But if you're in World 8, or if you want to say time, and you want to say, well, you know, like back in the golden era, you know, Tartaria, high tech, blah 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 blah, they could simply just remove the housing and shift it to another dimension, you know. I mean, as John Levi also mentioned recently, he entertained, I think it was him, he entertained the possibility of these constructs being constructed through sound and intent, the power of the mind and sound and some type of media, or perhaps just simply water, made them come into being. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure in the Bible it said that after Armageddon and Jesus comes back, he speaks Jerusalem back into being. So it's completely fucking bombed out, what the fuck, ruins, and he speaks and it's all reconstructed, reconstituted, it's all back for 1,000 years. So there you have it, an example in the Bible, whereas the proper frequency, vibration, can construct. So, seeing as, you know, religious people unwittingly, if they accept that verse, are agreeing with what I'm saying, that such things are possible, even though it goes against their own belief system. Such things are really possible in this world. What can I say? What can I say? So, you know, whatever storyline is going on in fucking World A at the moment, or fucking World minus A, where you've got Antiquitech, you've got the Golden Era, or whatever, and stuff like that, and they just simply want to upgrade their Antiquitech building because they're upgrading the Antiquitech there, and the building isn't big enough, or what the fuck ever, you know. They're just like, stick it in another dimension. A dumping ground. I mean, when you walk around, you know, cities, and you look at all the different, what we're told are different time eras, you know, like the Gothic age, or this age, or that age, or Romanesque, or blah 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 blah. You know, but it's just a complete fucking mishmash. It's a dumping ground, guys. Come on, you can see it's a fucking dumping ground. It's all over the fucking place. All of these bits, they're all over the place, next to each other, and fuck off. Fuck off. It's just like, oh, it was an era of time where people lived and they built, and then they fucking forgot, and then all fucking died, and then another group moved in. They knew fuck all about anything, and then they knocked it down and built their own stuff, and blah blah blah. Well, then why did they leave stuff? I mean, it just doesn't fucking work, guys. It doesn't work, does it? It doesn't work at all. So yeah, so this is the kind of stuff I'm going to be coming out with now, because I'm in a different place. Check my... Yeah, I don't know how this is all going to come out because I keep stopping and starting all the time. I hope it works. Yeah, no, also, I'm not sure how this is coming across, everything that I'm saying, but it's like, it's actually a good thing. Weird, but good. You know, I've got energy. everything seems to be okay. I haven't got anything to worry about at all, and I guess I could do anything. I kind of like, because I mean, I don't know if in this fucking reality, but you know, people commented on my last, my band's channel, you know, saying like, them, I said, Lee, now that you know it's all bullshit, you're kind of like free to do whatever you want to do. So just go ahead and do it. Just do what you want to do. Live the life you want to live. And I kind of understood what they were saying, but in that dimension it just wasn't happening, because there was just a constant affront against me to stop me from doing anything. And yet now here, nothing in the way, nothing at all. So yeah, so I guess I'm like in a good place. So although I'm not like smiling and giggling and laughing at the moment, because I'm just a bit like, huh, the fuck, like that, I'm actually okay, and this should be like a happy vlog. And in fact, you know, you should have a fucking party to welcome me to your world, your new world, you know. Let's have like a virtual fucking, you know, hi Lee A, welcome to Lee B, world B, or whatever. I do like bubblegum flavoured pop. When it's fizzy. By the way, you have a problem with carbonated drinks. When you buy like a litre, you drink about half. Once it goes flat, so what you do is you squeeze the motherfucker, all the air out, and then tighten the lid. Yeah, and that will keep it fizzy. Tape measure, pipe measure, keys, thermometer I've got, and a phone.